Today I want to share something with you that nobody talks about, but hands down it's one of the biggest things that changed my training. And honestly, it's so simple that most people completely overlook it. So what I want to talk about is the emphasis on focused, controlled reps, no matter how heavy they weigh. The importance of controlling your reps rather than how heavy you want to lift. From my experience, it's better to start off lighter, which allows you to focus on your technique and control. Once you've mastered this, then you can move on slowly to heavier weights. This is something that you should be focusing on early on, especially if you're a beginner. So one of the things I come across is most people actually rush reps and they lift too fast. Another problem I tend to find is most people lift way too fast and rush reps. And in my experience, this is not called training, rather it's trying to cram as many exercises as possible in a session. But not only is this bad, but you actually risk serious injury. And at the same time, you don't feel or achieve anything. Your training sessions should actually be planned and focused so you know what you're going to be working on that day. If you want me to fix your form and help you get stronger without injuries, click the link in the description and book a call with me today. So what this does, this nicely leads on to my next point, which is when you slow the rep down and control every inch of it, the muscle actually has to do the work. This is commonly known as time under tension. It forces your body muscles to recruit more muscle fibers and actually grow. Even slowing down just 1 or 2 seconds makes a massive difference. So the next point I want to move on to is why controlling the negative, i.e. the lowering phase, builds strength. This is the part of the rep that people ignore, is the lowering phase. This actually is where you build the most strength. If you let gravity do the work, you're actually throwing away half of the exercise. If you control the weight down, that's where you can actually feel the muscles working. How proper tempo protects joints and prevents long-term injuries. Another huge benefit of controlled reps is joint safely. When you rush the movement or use momentum, your joints and tendons take a hit instead of the muscle. Slowing down forces the muscle to absorb the load and not your joints. It keeps you in the game longer, especially as the weights get heavier. So why beginners grow faster when they prioritize control over chasing numbers? So what I've noticed, especially when it comes to beginners, they tend to grow faster because they prioritize control first. And what this means, you don't need heavy weights to build muscle. What you actually need is tension. If you spend the first year learning the perfect control and proper technique, you'll grow so much faster than someone who just chases numbers. If you want a plan built around your body, goals and technique, book a call using the link in the description below today. An important point I want to move on to is how controlled reps reveal weak points and help you fix muscles imbalances. When you slow everything down, you start to notice where you're actually weak. This could be because one side is working harder than the other, or maybe you're cheating a rep without actually realizing it. What controlled reps do, it exposes all of that, and that's how you fix muscle imbalances before it does become a problem. The next point I'm going to move on to is muscle-mind connection. When it comes to this particular aspect, you need to actually feel the muscle working. When you move slowly and deliberately, you have a better connection. The better the connection gets, the more efficient and effective your training becomes. So personally, this nicely move, and this moves on to my next point of my own personal experience, is that I've been training for 20 years. And I can honestly say that slowing down my reps is one of the biggest breakthroughs I've actually had. My form improved, my strength went up, and I got injured way less. And my muscles actually started growing again. Sometimes the most powerful changes are the simplest ones. And the final takeaway from this particular video is control. If there's one thing that you should take away from this video, let it be this: master control. Add weights later. Your body will grow faster and stay healthier, and your training will finally start to feel like it's working.